I'm ready.
Good evening, everyone. I'm calling to order this special meeting of the Richfield City Council. It's December 22nd at 6 p.m. If you're able, please join us and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So the first item is approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? Okay, since we have Councilmember Christensen remote, we need to do a roll call vote. So, City Clerk Friedrich.
Aye.
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 Aye. And the motion passes. We have approved the agenda. The minutes from the last meeting will be approved in January, so we do not have any minutes to approve, which brings us to open forum. Participants can share their comments in person, by voicemail or email, or they can also request to participate virtually. For more information on submitting comments, refer to the council agenda and minutes page on richfieldmn.gov/citycouncil. You have 3 minutes to speak, and in order to not have to interrupt you in mid-sentence, I'll just hold this up as a signal when you have 30 seconds left, and then when the time is up, we'll do it on the timer. And for security reasons, we have changed the policy now. You don't have to tell your address. You just need to say your name and the city you live in, so we know which people are Richfield residents. So with that, I'm going to set up the timer, and we'll call up our first person shortly. Yes? Okay, so is it now? Can you hear us now, Councilmember Christensen? All right, so I think that she can hear us. And when you're presenting, the green light will show up, and speak clearly into the microphone. So the first person we have is Ashley Hirung. So if you come on up. If you look at the microphone, there should be like a green light that pops on.
Got it, and that's when I'm good to go.
So
And
we can hear you now.
okay, perfect. All right. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Ashley, and I'm a resident of Richfield who cares deeply about public safety, fairness, and the future of our city. I'm here to urge this council to support cooperation with ICE and policies that encourage self-deportation for individuals who are in our country illegally. This is not about hatred or targeting people based on race or background. America is a nation built by immigrants, but it is also a nation built on laws. When laws are selectively enforced or not enforced at all, it undermines trust in government and creates consequences for communities like ours. Our city already faces limited resources, strained law enforcement, overcrowded schools, housing shortages, and pressure on social services. When individuals who are here illegally remain in our community, places additional burdens on systems funded by taxpayers who are following the rules. Supporting ICE allows federal authorities to do their job rather than shifting that burden onto local communities. Self-deportation is also a humane and practical approach. Encouraging individuals to leave voluntarily preserves dignity, avoids dangerous enforcement encounters, and reduces the financial and emotional costs to everyone involved. It gives people the opportunity to return through legal channels in the future rather than facing permanent bans due to forced removal. Public safety also must remain a priority. While most people are law-abiding, we cannot ignore that individuals who commit crimes while here illegally should be identified and removed. Cooperation with ICE helps ensure that dangerous offenders are not released back into our neighborhoods due to the political pressure or fear of controversy. Local governments should not obstruct a federal law enforcement. Sanctuary policies do not make communities safer. They create confusion, limit transparency, and send the message that laws are optional. That message harms legal immigrants who worked hard to come here the right way. Supporting ICE does not mean abandoning compassion. It means balancing compassion with responsibility. It means standing up for the legal immigrants, taxpayers, and residents who expect their leaders to uphold the law. I respectfully ask this council to prioritize public safety, fiscal responsibility, and the rule of the law by supporting cooperation with ICE and policies that encourage voluntary compliance with immigration laws. Thank you for your time and for your service in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Stephanie Kilpatrick Salazar.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie, and I have been a Richfield resident for 13 years. I am a 20-year public education veteran teacher, and I also teach at Richfield Public Schools. So tonight, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my role as a mother and how that has things with ICE in our community have impacted my role as a mom and also as a teacher. In the past 2 weeks, my family has experienced an increased amount of stress based on the presence of ICE in our community. I'm checking in with my neighbors. I'm checking in with friends to see if they're okay. I'm making grocery runs for those that are too afraid to go out and drive or walk to get food. I'm connecting with relatives who are afraid to leave their homes. I am scared as a parent to have my 19-year-old walking around the community who rides public transportation because she is a young woman of color. So tonight I just wanted to express that ICE presence in our community is not only threatening families that are well established here in Richfield, regardless of their immigration status. I have examples of neighbors and friends who have been picked up here in Richfield and in South Minneapolis, regardless of their immigration status. And people are afraid to be in our community. The streets are quiet, our stores are quiet. And I think on a very personal level, I referenced my daughter, who's 19-year-old, a young woman of color. I'm afraid to have her ride the bus. Is she going to get picked up in our community? Is she going to be asked to be, proven residency, citizenship? I have a middle school child who's also a young man of color. I no longer have him ride in the front of my car because I'm afraid. So as a mom, I'm scared. As a teacher, I would like to say that the presence of ICE in our community has impacted attendance, impacting all of us who are trying to learn and make this place a better community. I have students talking to me about not having enough food in their homes. I have students talking to me about how they're afraid to go play on the playground. I have students talking to me about their family's plan. Or on the flip side, families, children that don't want to talk to their families because they know that it's a really stressful topic. So our community, I feel like on both ends as a mom and as an educator, is very anxious. And I would implore you and ask you to please take concrete steps to make our community members safer, regardless of immigration status. That's not our job as citizens to ask one another that status. It is our job to make sure that everybody feels safe. So, thank you. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. Thank you to both of our speakers. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? Was there anyone that called? Okay. And can you either fill out a card afterwards or sign up on the sheet so we have your contact information?
Yes, ma'am. All right,
She'll
thank
grab
you.
a card. Thank you.
Justin Campbell, Richfield resident, about a decade now, and I just want to just say thank you to the snow crew, has been taking care of the roads, and it's been really great to see our driveway cleared out and be able to get to the neighborhood. So I just want to say thank you to the operators in the city here. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And then if you could just fill out the card so we have it for the city clerk, that would be awesome. Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to speak at the open forum? All right, and do you have a card filled out?
I don't have it filled out yet.
But you'll get it to the clerk?
Yeah.
All right, and you get 3 minutes and state your name and city of residence.
Okay. State my name, Ava McKnight. City of residence is Richfield, and I'm not feeling so well, so my brain's kind of fuzzy. I'm speaking just on behalf of all of our citizens, and hoping that our city chooses not to have ice on public property. And I'm doing what I can to be part of protection, and I think that our potentially our police officers can be in a hard position, and I understand that. But I hope that they also will protect the legalness of the citizens and not the illegality of what's been going on with abductions, what I see are abductions. And I think that's it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? All right, if you haven't already given a card to the city clerk, can we make sure that we get those to her? Thank you to everyone who spoke at open forum. And we will move on with the agenda. There are no proclamations or presentations. There's not consent calendars, so we're going to move straight to the resolutions. So I'm going to turn it over to item 11A, Councilmember Coleman Woods.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so for item for consideration is the labor agreement with the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 449 for the 26-27 contract season. 2-year labor agreement has been reached with the Labor and Trades Bargaining Unit. The contracts would take effect January 1st of 2026 and remain in effect through December 31st of 2027. The agreement provides a cost of living adjustment, targeted market adjustment, and updates to wages, clothing, and boot allowances, and licensure and certification pay to support recruitment, retention, and internal pay equity. The primary changes include in 2026 a 3% COLA plus 1% market adjustment. In 2027, a 3% COLA and plus a 1% market adjustment. The clothing allowance increases from $700 to $725 in 2026, and the clothing allowance will increase from $725 to $750 per year in 2027. The safety boot allowance increases from $200 to $225 per year in 2026, and the licensure and certification pay 3% COLA to licensure or certification pay in 2026. The licensure or certification pay would be 3% COLA to licensure or certification pay in 2027. Additionally, union members will receive the same insurance benefits, including the new Minnesota Paid Leave Program as all employees. At this time, I would entertain a motion to, I would make a motion to adopt this resolution approving the provisions for the 2026-27 labor agreement with the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 49, and authorize the city manager to execute the agreement. Is there any staff discussion?
Staff does not have any additional comments, except I just wanted to thank staff that was involved in the negotiation, and also I want to thank the business agent for the union. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a second for that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, so we now have the floor open for discussion. All right, Councilmember Burke?
Yep, just a quick comment that it's always a great thing when both sides, union and management, can reach agreements like this. It's an important right that people have, and I'm glad that the two sides are able to reach the agreement, and people can work with the certainty of knowing what their benefits and pay is. So it's always a good thing that when they reach an agreement. So again, thank you to staff for that.
Any other comments or questions? And I would echo thanks to both parties in the negotiations. I think it's always good. And normally we don't have a second meeting in December, but we wanted to make sure that since an agreement had been reached, that people would start getting their paychecks right away with the new rate in January. So thank you for making that happen, and everybody that came out for this extra meeting that we don't normally have in December. So I appreciate that. Any other comments or questions? All right, so we have the motion before us. City Clerk Friedrich?
Thank you, Mayor Sebel. Councilmember Burke?
Aye.
Councilmember Christensen?
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman Woods?
Aye.
And Mayor Seppel.
Aye.
Thank you.
And that motion passes. Next, we'll move on to item 11B. Councilmember Burke.
So the item for consideration is modifying the healthcare savings plan for law enforcement labor services local number 123 Police Patrol. In 2001, the Minnesota legislature granted the Minnesota State Retirement System the authority to offer a post-employment healthcare savings plan to eligible employees of the state of Minnesota and other governmental subdivisions. The HCSP is an employer-sponsored program that allows employees to set aside funds to pay for medical expenses and/or health insurance premiums after separation from employment. Employees may select from various investment options offered through the State Board of Investment. Contributions to the HCSP are tax-free, earnings accumulate tax-free, and distributions used for eligible medical expenses remain tax-free. Law Enforcement Labor Services Local number 123 Police Patrol Bargaining Unit Employee Group has requested modifications to its plan. Under state statute, modifications to HCSPs cannot be made more often than once every 2 years. The last modification to the Police Patrol HCSP was on October 1st, 2004. Critical changes for this modification include, but not limited to, number one, enrollment in the program will occur on the first day instead of the waiting period after 5 years of consecutive employment with the city. 2, changing fixed dollar amount contribution to a percentage. And 3, severance contribution no longer shall be paid as cash. All accumulated but unused personal leave, vacation leave, holiday leave, and compensatory time hours shall be paid to the employee's account in the Police Patrol HCSP. So I move to adopt a resolution modifying the healthcare savings plan for eligible LELS local number 123 Police Patrol Bargaining Unit employees. Staff, anything to add?
Thank you. This was requested by Local 123 Police Patrol for approval. The draft has been sent to MSRS for pre-approval, and once approved by council, we will submit the formal form to the retirement plan and then get approved from them. And it will be effective January 1st for 2026.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? I was excited to see this because I think these healthcare savings plans are really great, and it helps people when they go out, leave service with the city, have a way to pay their health care. And so I think it's a really good plan that is in place. And it allows the officers a chance to put that money aside. So I really appreciate that. And again, it's good that we can get this in so it can start January 1st. So is there any other questions? All right, City Clerk Friedrich, could you please call the roll?
Yes. Can I please also get you to speak into your microphones? We're still having a little problem with the sound.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thank you. Councilmember Burke.
Aye.
Councilmember Christensen.
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman Woods.
Aye.
and Mayor Supple.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. So our next item is the city manager report, and we're going to turn it over to acting city manager Sak Tong Vong.
Thank you, Mayor Supple. There's 3 items that I'd like to talk about. The first one is the council did not make any changes to the legislative platform after discussing concerns about the platform language regarding violence prevention. And then 2, there was a question regarding asking about our officers telling people that it was illegal to follow ICE for more than 3 blocks. Our officers are not telling people that it is illegal to follow ICE vehicles for more than 3 blocks. That is how it was characterized by one ICE agent. The city does not enforce immigration enforcement, and we do not know how ICE would interpret obstruction of our operation, of their operations. And then 3, there was a question regarding if an officer obstructs ICE operations, how would they lose their license? If Richfield officers hinder or disrupt the federal immigration officials from conducting federal immigration enforcement, they could be charged with obstruction of justice. This is considered a federal level crime. The chief would need to report the misconduct to the post board, as he is required by the post board policy to report all misconduct through an electronic portal. The post board would then review the case with the complaint investigation board and make a determination on their license. So, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? All right, thank you. Our next item is we'll move on to council discussion if there are any liaison reports or hats off. Councilmember Christensen, we'll let you kick this one off.
Yes, the only thing that I would like to express is that I'd like to wish the residents of the city, no matter how they celebrate this month, whether it be Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, or New Year's, or even nothing at all, that they have a very peaceful, quiet, and joyous month into this new year.
Thank you. Councilmember Burke.
I'll second that, wishing the people of Richfield to enjoy the winter holidays and keep our fingers crossed for better times. Hopefully they're coming around the corner.
Thank you. Councilmember Coleman Woods.
Thank you, Mayor. I am excited that our local schools were celebrating local government in the schools, and so I was gracious enough to be alongside Mayor Supple while she presented to, what are they, first and second graders? Second graders. And they had a lot of good questions. I look forward to doing that again in the future. And if anything, yes, a happy holiday season to everyone.
Thank you. Yes, it was very fun to go out and talk to the second graders at the various schools. So we were over at RDLS, and then Council Member Hafer O'Leary came along to SciTech, which is in his ward, and then when we were over at the STEM school, Representative Howard joined us. So one of these times, Mr. Burke, if we have something going on your side of town, you can join us as well. So it's always fun talking to the kids. I wanted to give a hats off to the Richfield community. The intense ice pressure in Richfield has caused a lot of fear and stress, and our community did what it always does. We came together to stand in solidarity as neighbors. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Every act of love and kindness makes our community stronger, and every act that's to stand up for our neighbors and our constitutional rights makes our community stronger. And we will get through this all together like we always do. Is there anything else that anyone would like to add for hats off? Then it would be in order to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. City Clerk Friedrich, could you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilmember Burke.
Aye.
Councilmember Christensen.
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman Woods.
Aye.
And Mayor Supple.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. We stand adjourned, and thank you to everyone for joining us.